Hey everyone, okay, I got a great question on my Snapchat and I got so many screenshots on this. I said I'd do an expansion video for it. Hey Brian, on a bulk or on a cut, should you be cycling your rep ranges? Example, 1 to 4 high volume for low weight, week 5 to 8 moderate weight, and week 8 to 12 low volume high weight. So I'm going to do a quick video on that. So basically asking that when you're on a bulk or a cut, should you be cycling that your rep ranges are like 4 to 6 reps, and then 5 or 6 weeks later switch it up that you're doing 5 to 8 reps, and then switch it up that you're doing 8 to 12. It really doesn't matter as much in terms of what rep ranges you're working with. As long as your nutrition on point on a bulk or a cut, that's going to be the main thing that determines whether you're bulking or cutting. You calculate your calorie maintenance, which is the amount of calories you need to stay the same weight, and then if you're bulking, you need to be above that, and if you're cutting, you need to be below that. Of course, there's other hormonal and physiological reasons that will affect that process, but the easiest way to think of it is that your maintenance, bulking above, cutting below. So that's number one. But assuming you have your nutrition on point with that, my advice would be to stick within the parameters that are going to serve you best in terms of cutting or bulking and building more muscle or losing more body fat. The key is going to be that 8 to 10 kind of rep range where you're tearing the most fibers down. And if you're in a cut, what will happen is you'll elevate metabolism through tearing those fibers. So you'll be able to burn more body fat while you're resting, and then your cardio is going to be the thing that allows you to tap into fat stores. So doing low intensity steady state cardio in a calorie deficit is going to allow you to use fat as a fuel source, or doing high intensity interval training is going to allow you to do the same thing, just it's going to be a better bang for your buck because you won't have to do it for as long. So I tend to err towards the sides of high intensity interval training, but low intensity steady state works incredibly well depending on the nutritional plan and training program you're following. So it really depends on what works best for you. But in terms of cycling your rep ranges, I would double down on the reps that work, and then I would change up the parameters and change up the different systems that you're doing. So for example, people that come through my Top 50 online program, on week 3 and week 6, we completely change up things and add in a finisher or move up a grade on the program so that they're still working within the same parameters, but they're changing exercises, or they're changing rest, or they're changing something within the parameters that are going to help them build more muscle and lose more body fat. So my advice to anybody who's wondering what rep ranges should they be working in, or what should they be working above or below or switching it up, I would stay within the 8 to 10 parameters, and I'd switch up something else in the program. So go from straight sets to supersets to trisets, change up the angles that you're working from, do lat pull down, do pull-ups instead with the band, instead of incline press, do flat press, change up the angles but keep the parameters the same, because that's going to give your body an ability to build more muscle if you're in a surplus and lose more body fat in a deficit. That being said, if strength is your goal and you keep changing your goals and you prefer to get stronger and then build more muscle, then you can change up those parameters to fit the rep ranges that support those goals. But otherwise, I would adjust your nutrition around it. I would keep your parameters the same, 8 to 10 reps to tear the most fibers, and then I would play around with angles, play around with systems, and then use that to help you bulk up or help you cut. So I hope that helps. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. If you're watching on Facebook, I'll reply to comments in the next 24 hours. Hope the video helped.